started for this absolutely amazing business talk with that evident topic on 8 steps to powerful storytelling. And you know, we have different things that we have as a challenge. And all of us, we have a story. And if we tell our story, we can do that in 1 minute, in 2 minutes, in 5 minutes, in half an hour, depending on what we are taking as a content into it. So today, I want to share with you what the key factors are to really become powerful with storytelling. Storytelling is in everything we do. I welcome you to this Business Talk Live on November 17th. My name is Dody Loew. I'm the founder of the 𝗧𝗹𝗸 Business Club and the 𝗕𝗂𝘃𝗀𝘀 Academy. And I am here to show you those 8 steps because, you know, my story wasn't always like that. I was not always successful as an entrepreneur. When I was a little kid, my father was a doctor. I wanted to become a doctor. I wanted to do everything to become a doctor, to help people with their challenges they had. It was like a little kid. I already had this intention to support people. I don't know, maybe it was family, maybe it was me, whatever. I got this gift on communicating with people. And when I grew up, I did everything, all the schools, I needed everything. And I went to the US. Originally, I'm from Switzerland. I went to the US, went to college and learned psychology, history, English, whatever you name it, music, whatever you do to really become successful in what I wanted to become. And then I came back to Switzerland and I learned about entrepreneurship. I wanted very hardly to become an entrepreneur. I founded my own business. I started working, I started investing, I gained a lot of money. And then one day, everything was lost because I didn't really have the skills needed. I found myself back in these times in the cellar room of my mother's house because I didn't have any money left anymore. I had 300 Swiss francs on my account. And I said to myself, to become entrepreneur, to get out of these traditions of these generations that were before me and around me in my family matter settings, I have to learn new skills. It's not what I've learned until now. And I searched myself the solutions. And I found a lot of amazing people. I started educating in a master in sales, a master in communication, a master in marketing, really to become successful. I learned everything I could about with the help of my mentor, 𝗕𝗂𝘀𝗀𝘀, and a lot of Tony Robbins, a lot of other people. And these were my mentors to bring me to the next level. And then I started with my new business. I had a plan. I had mentors around me. I had people who did it already. I could look at them, what did they do? And I cloned the idea and put my personality in it. And then it was mine. And this is where the journey began to really successful entrepreneurship. And this is my story. I could break it down to 1 minute. I could break it down to 1 sentence. You could do that too. You just have to think about what you want to give to the audience. What do you want to give out to the public? So this is the most evident thing, that you think about what is your story. And we get back to that because the first thing I want to show you is the 8 steps that lead the process. We always have with storytelling, we have 2 things. We have to lead the process, and I want to give you 5 hacks that lead through the story, because both of them together will bring you to the point where you want to be. And first of all, I want to give you a very interesting and for me evident quote about storytelling. It comes from Steve Jobs, and he says, the most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision and the agenda of an entire generation that is to come. So it's really something. Storytelling is the most powerful tool because we're engaging our audience with emotions, with empathy. We're giving something from us, or if we have something else that we're talking about from somebody else, but it's always the same process. And that's why I want to give you the first 8 hacks about the process and then I want to show you how you lead through the story. So first of all, you need an idea. You say, I want to talk about something. And step number one, come up with an idea and write a proposal. What do you want to know? What do you want to talk? It's a big question is what? What do you want to talk about? Make a proposal, make a script. And if you're a visual person, you design it. If you're an auditive person, you record it. For me, it's the best if I do both. If I have an idea, I don't decide it, I write it down. I have a lot of whiteboards in my offices, and there I write it down, the ideas. And then I come back to the ideas and I make them real, become real, because then I go through every story. It's always the same. This is a blueprint that you can use for everything. If you remember the story I was telling you, it's the same. I just first collected ideas. I made the proposal, I write a proposal, and I really come up with ideas. This is the first thing to have, ideas. What do you want to talk about? What is it? Number two, it's research, explore, and learn from others. And it's this research phase is very evident, and it's very easy today. You go to the internet and you say, I want to talk about this and this topic. You have all the ideas you want to talk about, then you go out and you research in social media and on YouTube. You just bring in the keyword of the topic that you want to have. It doesn't have to be a good topic yet. That is something very evident later on, but at the moment you don't have to have it. Just the case. You're talking about a certain topic and you find other people who have experienced or have set out those ideas, and you research. You go, for example, on YouTube, you give in the keyword and you find a lot of videos and clips about that, maybe also tutorials. And you go there and you see how many people have watched this video. And then you see, oh, this is a topic that is interesting for my audience, because everybody is attracting its own audience. So that is very evident. If you have your own audience, if you have your people on social media, it could be LinkedIn, it could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, wherever you are acting, wherever you are officially open, that's where you get your audience, and your audience got attracted to you for a certain reason. So go out and find out who is talking about the topic of what you want to talk about, and you find out how did they do that, and you learn from them. You do the research, you do the exploration, you explore what they have, you see how many people are watching it, and if it's a live on YouTube, you just join and you see the people who are watching it. You explore and you learn. How did they do the presentation? How did others do it? You know, this is the best thing. If you see somebody who is successful with something he or she is doing, you do the same, because you don't have, you find your own words, you find your own script, you find your own way. This is not a question, you cannot double it, but you can use the blueprint behind for yourself. So learn. And it's really, really evident. The third thing is you write the script. And this doesn't have to be finished. It's just the first frame you give it. Write the script. And write the script. And for that, you need help. The second thing that we are going to talk about is the 5 hacks to lead you through the story. But first of all, you write the script. You write it just down what you found out in this step, your ideas, what you found out in researching, in learning from others, and you write the script. It doesn't have to be 100% good. You can always change it. So the 4th step is going to be, I'm going to talk about this point later. So the 4th step is going to be the storyboard, the plan. And since I'm a very visual person, the plan, I do it visualized. That means I take a whiteboard and I really take it with the colors and I write it down. I'm not a designer, so if you're a designer, you can do that. There are so many amazing people who can do that. I write it down. I take some stickers, or I take some those little notes, and I stick them wherever, and I see what I want to do, and I put it together, and then I write the storyboard. If somebody is doing a film, a movie, you see the same, they always have a storyboard. They have certain pictures where they do, mostly they have between 8 and 12 pictures with the scenes, with the different scenes. So they do the same. They do a storyboard, and because it's a visual medium, the movie, they make it in visual. So that's the fourth step. The fifth step is you gather and create images, and you can get that for free. You can get that paid. Create images. What is evident with that is really that you take good care of the copyrights. Because if you take wrong pictures, if you're making a clip, for example, and you take wrong pictures, or if you make a post, you really have to think about the copyright. It's not the same. If you see my quote for the day, for example, today, it's those who tell the stories rule society from Plato. So if you have something like that, it's a free picture, and I do it for free, and I can post it wherever I want. But there are some with copyrights, and it's going to be very, very expensive if you don't look at it. So fifth point is gather and create images. And this is very evident because you have your own style. Find your own style. You will see that you will develop your own style within a couple of weeks, months, years. You will also change your style because you're growing yourself personally. So yeah, create a style that is good for you, and then create and find and create those images for your storyboard that you have, for your plan you have. And the sixth step is put it all together. We're talking here about put it all together. This was about the proposal, the research, the writing the script, the storyboard, the images. You put everything together. And then from this point on, you go and you share it. For example, if you go and research and earn, you see what the kind of audience is in certain places. What are the people who are there? You can even connect with them to find out more about them. And with connecting with them, you will not only find out more about them, but about their problems, their challenges, their happiness, what they feature, how they live, where they are. You find a lot more. So if you share it, what's your audience? Where do you share it? How do you share it? What time you share it? It depends if you share this on Tuesday or if you share it on Thursday. You can look at your statistics in your social media, and you see when most people are there. So you share it at this time, okay? And then you share, and then the eighth most evident thing is get a feedback. Get your audience to react what you're doing. Like you're sat now on my life, or you're on the replay. Why don't you put your comments down and take the very short time and put your comments in there? Because for me, this is a feedback. It tells me my content is interesting for my audience. It tells me this was good and this could be improved. This is what my audience is looking for. This is what they are wanting for a next time, for a next business talk. Put down in this comment this half a minute and think about what is evident for you. What did you like? What do you need more? What do you need clearer? Do you need less content? For me, this is a feedback so that I can improve my next business talks. Okay? So I would really appreciate that. That would be amazing. And if you watch the replay, just write replay in the comments and do the same. That would be very, very good. And thank you very much before you even do it, because it's not about only like it or don't like it. It's not evident for the algorithm. For the algorithm is interesting how many people are really commenting it. And this is the same for you. And if we do each other a favor, this is something very evident. So feedback, and if you get a feedback, you reflect on what was the feedback? Does it suit your ideas? Does it suit your story you want to tell? Does it suit your authenticity? Because not everybody is the same. And if yes, next time you do something, you take that in it. And now we go to the second step. And the second step is how do you lead through the story? And there are 5 steps, and I put them here. First step is you need a hero. And if you remember my story, you have my story as a kid when was surrounded by doctors and I wanted to become a doctor because everybody was a doctor. I didn't have any other idea, or a lawyer. I wanted to become a lawyer and a doctor. So that's because I had this. And this is my story. That's where it starts. I'm forming you the character of a little kid who does the same like others do. And in marketing today, it's the same. We look what others do and we do the same, but we have to be different to really step out of the crowd. So this is something that is another topic. But first of all, you have to find out who is the hero. It could be you. It could be your wishes. It could be your dreams. It could be your character. And you can also take another hero. If you watch the fairy tales, we always have heroes there. We have the person that is surrounded by a big story. So you have to define, and the better you do that job, the better your story is going to be. Who is your job? And there we go again. What is the hero doing? Where is the hero being? And if it's your prospect, it's also the hero. If it's your customer, your potential customer, it's also this hero. So if you have a certain product you're selling, you look at what people are using that product. Where do they live? How do they live? What are their surroundings? What are their beliefs? What are their systems they're working with every day? Where do they find them on social media? So if it's your customer, you define exactly, and the better you do that, once again, the better your story is going to be, because then you really go very steep into the market. So character. The second thing is the problem. So if you have a product, for example, to improve health, so you have to choose what kind of health are you improving with that problem. Or if you have a product like coaching, what problem do people have who need your product, your coaching, your personal development funnel, or whatever you have? It's the same that I do. I have a certain character of my audience, all the business owners, the small and medium-sized business owners, the ones who are employed, the ones who are who are really conscious about the reality that we have, that economy is going down, that we have a lot of challenges. So many small and medium-sized entrepreneurs are lost because they don't gain enough money. So that's where my solution comes in. So I know that the problem is, I write product, I meant problem. So I find the problem that they have, and I solve that problem. For example, my example, if I have somebody who has not a job anymore, or is afraid to lose the job, or I have somebody who has its own business and it's not getting any more enough money to survive, this is the solution I bring. I see the problem, what they have, and then I position myself as a mentor. So I find a mentor. And in every fairy tale, we always have a mentor. We have a character that leads out of the problem. We have a product that leads out of the problem, because the problem is always emotional. The hero is whatever, your audience, your prospect, your coachee, whatever, but the problem is always emotional. Otherwise, they wouldn't be tied on it. So we solve that problem with mentorship. We solve that problem with a solution. We do it with affiliate marketing because it's very easy. You just recommend something and you gain money and it's implemented and it's to learn. And because I have this hero, the customer or the partner or whatever it is, I give him to his problem a solution. It's mentoring him, it's leading him, it's showing my competence, it's showing my friendship, it's showing my leadership. So that's where we meet mentors. And if you remember the story I told you, I found mentors who did what I wanted to become, and I learned from them what they did to become what they are, and this helped me to become what I am today. So it's very easy. You find mentors or you find ways, and if you're giving out a product, you do the same. You give out the product, you give out your competence, your expertise, whatever it is, and then you show them a plan. Number 4, if you're having the problem of not getting enough money, and you find the solution with becoming an affiliate, it's just my product. So I show you the plan. You go to the academy, it's free. You start with the starter and you get led by every process. I take those people by the hand. I tell them, listen, if you have a problem and you accept that I can show you the way and go with you the way, I give you a plan and we go that through step by step. So this is really showing the mentorship, showing the process, and showing that this story he has could be different, that we can solve the problem together, that I can mentor him or my team, my community, and that we have a plan that really is proved. And if you're a coach, you do the same, because you give a product, you lead the people out of the problem, and then you show them, listen, if you do this and this and this, and this blueprint solution you can use for everything you do. And you give him a plan in his hands to really go through the process to gain security again. And because you're taking it by his hand or her hand, you are showing that he is never alone again. And that is very, very evident, because the problem always is emotional. And this is where we have to take responsibility for everyone, for every customer. So if you have a new customer and he is secure with you and he trusts in you and he comes to you, you take him by the hand and you show him step by step how to get out of the problem, because this is emotional. And you give him with that security, you give him your emotion, and the person can get out and step out and become familiar and become comfortable with the new situation, being out of the problem. Okay? And the 5th is you call to action. If I have a landing page and I am very visual, I do a clip. So I have a landing page with a certain topic, and this must be a very good topic because that's the eye catcher. And then I have a clip, and this is the second eye catcher. And under it, I have a call to action. So if you like what I said here, you click on that button on below the video and you reserve a seat in our free online live webinar. Or if you like or you see a solution for yourself, click the button and register a meeting, one-on-one meeting with me, or whatever your call to action is. And it's the same on everything you do. It's the call to action that you need. Well, that's where the journey begins. And this is very evident. You have a call to action. You say, if you don't do that, you're losing everything. And you're going to this emotional level. You can go back to the problem. If you push that button here, you will have the solution for your problem. You have a mentor, you will get a plan, and we can go together. If it's a product you're selling, a health product, it has a problem, a challenge, a health challenge. You are the mentor, you have a plan. If you start today, you are getting better every day or every hour or every month, whatever it is, and we will do that together. This is really like becoming comfortable with a new situation and getting led by you step by step how you do it. Okay, this is very evident, because if they are not doing what you're telling them, for example, you have a landing page, if they don't push that button, they will have the same results tomorrow like yesterday because they're not changing anything. So the call to action, this is the key to the whole process. So that's why I said you have to lead your story. The one here, that's the process. This is leads the story. It's story building blocks. It's 5 blocks that you're using for story building. So here you say, and you know, if you have lost 20 kilo, you will be so happy. It will change your life. It will change your relationship. It will change everything in your life. Or if you have not enough money and you become an ABC member, then you will have enough money at the end of the month and you don't have months left and no money. So this is really, if you have the solution, that's where the journey begins. And this is really, you can go back. So if you are doing, for example, a one-on-one mentoring and one-on-one coaching, it's exactly the same. You let them talk about themselves. You hear about the problem, and with the W questions, you why, what, when, where, what, direct questions where they give you an answer, you write it down the answer or some notes, and then you go into, listen, well, we have a solution, it could be interesting for you, and we have a plan, blah, 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 what we do, and then now can we start? And he says, I have still a question about it. You go back to the problem. You said you want to lose 20 pounds. You want to improve your health, you want to improve your income, whatever it is. And then you go through, and you know, we have a solution. I can show you how it goes. You come to our free training or whatever it is, then you have a goodie to give away. Okay, you don't promise something you cannot hold. Don't promise something you don't have. Just give them something that they can say, oh yes, I want to test, not try, test that way if it suits my needs. And it will, because if you have a good product, you're not going to lose because it's improved. Okay, it's proved already that it's good. So you see, we have the process that you're leading, and you have to become a leader. If you want to use storytelling for business, you have to become a leader. Where you can also find very good stories is in all the marketing of the big companies. For example, Walt Disney, or this is storytelling pure, but also Nike. I'm not a Nike advertiser, but look at the clips they have about Nike. They always have a story. They always have a solution. They always have a hero. They always have somebody or something that shows them you will improve your running if you have a Nike shoe. It's like that. We always have this journey. And going back, I promised you that the storyboard, we get back to that point, and the script, that we get back to that point. If you know now what your story building blocks are, the 5 building blocks, you know how to adjust the script that you did before to the story you want to tell. Okay, you bring those two things together. You collect the idea, you research, you write the script, and when you have created the script and the plan, you bring this together, and then you will have a really easy way to have powerful storytellings. So I wish that this Business Talk Live has helped you out of the challenges to really reach your audience, talking to your audience. And I hope that you join us again next week. And if you know somebody who could be featured in our Business Talk Live with an interview, just tell me on a PM and I will contact the person. Or if it's yourself, really having something to tell out there, we will also have those interviews and talking together about business related topics, because it's a business talk. So thank you for being here. Thank you for joining in to this Business Talk Live on the 17th of November 2020. I look forward to meeting you next Tuesday, same time, same place, BusinessTalk.live. And afterwards, I will give you the replay so that you can watch it on the replay and go through those steps again. All the best to you. Have a good week. Yours, Dody Loew.